I know you just had a company here in Austin that you helped have an exit last week, which is tremendous. And I'm sure that some of the strategies you mentioned, or that you're going to mention, that you probably mentioned to them on here are things you should be considering before your capital gains.
Most entrepreneur owner managers who want to have a capital gain someday are thinking about that issue well in advance. But frequently, regretfully, they don't talk about it with outside advisors well in advance. They're concerned about confidentiality. All of us owner managers are concerned about what do our management team think. Oh my goodness, what would the management team think if they thought I was thinking about enterprise value? Well, as I said to an owner manager yesterday, do you think your management team is pretty smart? Oh, you do. Do you think they know how old you are? Do you think they know what kind of car you drive? Do you think they know where your second home is? Of course, they know all of this. And so actually, one of the things they're speculating amongst themselves is, what's going to happen to the business in the long term when this owner decides to go do whatever they're going to do? So actually, our approach to this discussion is very controversial, but we take the approach from based upon experience, which is, if you want to have a capital gain someday, why don't you tell your management team that now? What if you said to them, hey, I want to have a capital gain someday, and I need your help. I need your help to optimize enterprise value. And in order to access your brain power and your energy and your help, of course, I'm going to align some economic incentives for you with me. And you can align a simple structure that allows the management team to get a piece of the transaction value that would make sense. And I can show you sometime when we have a paper and pencil why arithmetically, for most owner managers, it makes sense that you will actually earn more if you are able to give away 5 to 10% of the transaction value to your management team. So that's one of the things we ask them to think about very early on is, and I'm not talking about all managers, I'm talking about a handful of senior managers who you can confide in. You could have a non-disclosure agreement with them if you want to. But then when we're all working day to day for the next years in the business, we're working to optimize the business on a day-to-day basis, of course. But in addition, in the back of our management's heads is the knowledge, yeah, but someday the owner's going to want to have a capital gain, and I'm going to have a piece of that too, and I can be helpful to that too. So there's an example where I think that that kind of conversation can start years in advance of a transaction.